Hi everybody, Stuff and Things back again with kind of a hodgepodge video, just things that I've been working on. I like making these videos still though, even though they're kind of random, because I just like documenting my progress and what I've been up to. When I look back at really old videos, it's kind of fascinating to see where I've been and how far I've come. So in this opening section, I'm working on some flip tricks, kick flips, as I often do. I'm constantly working on those, trying to get them to pop. And in this video, as we go on and on, you're gonna see that I have made some progress lately. And I think there's one part that is really affecting my kick flip right now. And it's also worth noting that these clips come before the video I made last time. I'll put that up above, the 8 flips that I was able to accomplish. And so this is kind of a lead up to that video. I did them out of order because I was so excited about the 8 flips. I had to put that one out right away.
Oh my God. The worst, right?
So here I'm working on some varial flips. That first one that I landed was so bad. They get a little better from there, which is really good. I have made a lot of progress in this trick.
I should have just landed and rolled away. That was kickflip body varial somehow.
And the same thing that's affecting my varial flips is the same thing affecting my kick flips and getting them to improve and flip a little faster and a little quicker. And so let's talk about that.
Nightmare flip, anyone?
And I think that varial flip 1.5 there is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I think all this time, one of the big things hurting my kick flips has been timing. I've heard before that you need to have kind of a pause between your pop and your flick. It's kind of like pop flick. It's not like immediate where you go flicking right at the moment that you pop. But as usual, I am really weird and I needed to pop and flick closer together, meaning that right now I'm thinking about it as pop and then immediately go into the flick. But there's of course a delay between when the flick actually happens and when I'm sort of thinking about it. What I think was happening was that I was flicking way too late. I was like at the top of my jump and my pop. Then I was flicking and trying to get the board to flip sort of on the way down from the jump, if that makes sense. And so for me, it's making a big difference for me to pop and then flick quickly, like almost as soon as possible. And I'm finally starting to pull those kick flips up into the air. And we'll talk about that more in a minute, but right here, I'm working on another thing that's been sort of on my mind lately. This is the first day I tried front tail, and not nollie front tail, just front tail, popping into it and getting the tail down. And I kind of had some success. I haven't really done it yet and definitely not doing it well, but at least I'm popping, rotating, and getting the tail to land kind of in the correct place. But of course, I have a weight distribution problem, but I'll work on that more in the future. So back to kick flips again on another day, and these are ones that we're getting a lot better. Look at that pop. Up off the ground, caught in the air. I know I didn't quite land that one, but it's big improvement, and this is when I really focus on flicking earlier. And I know that goes against what a lot of people say, but it's working for me. And that's pretty normal that I do things backwards or out of order or in a weird way, and then it ends up working out for me. I'm weird. But I'm pretty excited by the fact that some of these kick flips are popping, flipping in the air, getting caught in the air, and then I'm putting them down. And then we've got a couple random box tricks, just warming up, playing around 50-50 with a nice nollie back 180 out. I don't do that one all that often or that well. And like I said at the beginning, this one's a bit of a hodgepodge, so I want to introduce you to my new rail. I ran into a guy that makes rails, and I was telling him kind of how I wanted a round rail, but they're hard to find, and I don't know which one to get. And he was like, well, I can make you one. So I just had to pay for materials, and he made me a rail, which is fantastic. It's 8 feet long. It's 11 1/4 inches high. I just call it 11. And it feels really good. It's sliding really well. I was a little worried about the feet of the rail and if it would move when I jump onto it, especially at weird angles, but it stays put really well, and I'm loving it so far. This is the very first session, me just trying it out because I was so excited when I got it. I was like, okay, I've got to at least do some board slides and see what this feels like. And so far, I think I'm glad I went with 11 inches as the height because it's kind of a legit size. It's a good flat bar size, kind of like what you might see at a skate park, but it's not all the way up at 12 where I'm not going to be able to do as many things like a 50-50 or working on feebles one of these days. Got a nice front board shove out there. I was really excited about that. And here I was trying 50-50. I got a front 50. I came out a little early, but I'm going to take that for now. So here I am again on a different day, warming up with the box, doing some grinds that I don't want to lose. I definitely want to keep crooked grind and make sure that I can do it when I want to. And so warming up on this and kind of just getting my legs going is really good for me to do on the box. And then I'm going to get the new rail out again. I'm going to do a couple warm-up board slides. I think this second one I was going for more length, trying to slide the majority of the rail, and that one was pretty nice. And then it was time for a trick that you guys know I've been after for a long time, and I've only done once or twice, is a back feeble. But now that I have a rail, maybe I can actually do this and get better at it. But on this first day, it didn't go great. There was that try a couple tries ago where I locked in backside 50-50, but then I couldn't slide it out because I wasn't ready for it. And I think this is the one, yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, we got into one.
I finally got one to lock in and I slid a little bit, but then I fell out of it. But I'll keep working on these. The 11 inches is a bit of a challenge. Board slide to manual there, that's a trick I love and I need to practice that one more. All right, and as always, I'm always working on that kickflip, and here's a couple decent ones. Again, getting a little more height, trying to flick sooner does seem to be helping for me so that I'm flipping the board more on the way up during the jump instead of on the way down. And sometimes if I'm really focused and I've got good foot position and timing and everything, I can get a 1.5 flip. And I think that's a really good sign that I'm over flipping the board. That just means my flick is getting that much better. Probably the quality of the flick itself with the ankle and the toes and everything, but also the timing. So now here's another day, and I wanted to do something a little different. I realized how little I've been working on fakie stuff lately. So I wanted to do some half cabs because I love half cabs, and I wanted to get some pop, and I got a few nice popped ones there. Then I decided I was going to do that same half cab and see if I could flick. And I got it to start flipping. So half cab flip is on the radar now, and I'm definitely going to be working on this more. That one was nearly landed, heavy toe drag, but close to landing on the board. And the other great thing is that they're actually popping pretty high when I go for these big half cab flips. So that's a trick I really need to chase. Okay, and at this point you're probably saying, oh look, he's doing kickflips again. Yes, I am. But I wanted to do kickflips again to warm up so that I can come over here to the box again. These are again just some warm-up grinds just to kind of get my feet under me. And then we're going to go back to that quest for kickflip back 50 on the box. And I think that kickflip improvement is helping. It's making me a little bit more confident about going for this and finding the timing and the angle and everything, or lack of angle. I know I need to go nearly parallel to the box to make it work.
Feeble. Man, I would take one of them. Ah, that was good. I'll take feeble.
They're getting better, but I definitely have a ways to go. At least I'm locking in once in a while now and getting a lot closer to getting the board to flip, my body to be in the right position, but I'll keep working on this.
My body position wasn't trash. I could have had that.
And here's another good example that I'm getting better. I got a 1.5 flip onto the box. That's pretty amazing to me, that I could flip it 1.5 times and then have it land upside down 6 inches up, 6.5 inches up on this box. So that's great. And at the end of this session, I wanted to end with some success, so I was trying backside nose grind. Got a couple of them, they're sloppy. That one I kind of almost popped out just a little bit. If my box was a little slicker and I had more room in my garage, I think maybe I could have that one. And here we are back to a couple half cabs and a couple other flips, but you might notice something a little bit different. I wanted to finally spend a little bit of time on my Andy Anderson board that I set up and see how it feels. And so I wanted to just try some basics and stuff and see how this board behaves and if it's different, same, whatever. And heel flips were great. I got 3 in a row of those. But then for some reason, kick flips were a little off. And so I'll have to figure that one out. I got a varial there too. But here's the big piece that really makes a big difference. This is the first board I've ever set up with deck rails, and I got the round bar out and I was just doing some board slides, and oh my gosh, deck rails are making a huge difference. They are a game changer. I lock right in and the balance is so much better than it is if I don't have deck rails, like when I was using the Revive board on this rail from before. And so I'm excited to try out other slides and grinds where deck rails are going to benefit me, and in other places when I can eventually get back to skate parks and things. But I'm just loving the fact that I tried out deck rails. Then I wanted to move on to something I haven't done in a long time, and that's half cab lip slide. These are really fun when I can get the balance, and I started to lock it in, remember how to do this, and this one right here was really, really nice. That one felt so good. I usually don't do things that smooth. Then I decided let's turn the other way and try it, and it took a while to lock these in, but eventually I did find that balance point, and right there got another one that I just love. So I'm going to keep playing with this new board, see what I can do with it, if it's just the deck rails or if I like the shape. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.